US President Biden's long-standing relationship with the Chinese leader, Xi Jinping, is no secret. They go back to when they were both vice presidents.
I spent a lot of time with President Xi. Traveled over 17,000 miles with him. Spent, they tell me, over 24 hours in private discussions with him.
Given this history, you'd expect Biden to quickly reverse former President Donald Trump's tough approach to China. But that hasn't happened. So why is Biden holding firm? One of the stumbling blocks in this difficult relationship is human rights. Jeffrey Au is a Hong Kong activist in Washington, D.C. His activism may put him in danger back home.
I don't think it's realistic for me to attempt to go back to Hong Kong in the foreseeable future.
Beijing imposed a security law on Hong Kong last year. As a result, many prominent Hong Kong activists are now either in jail or exiled. Under the new law, even these photos of Jeffrey meeting with US Congress members could be seen as proof of him colluding with foreign forces.
President Biden has spoken a lot about how he thinks human rights should be a cornerstone of US foreign policy. I don't think they're opposed to doing something about human rights in China. But then they also have to balance between that and other factors.
One of those factors is trade. Trump's trade war tried to change China's unfair economic practices, but it ended up causing more pain than gain for the US economy. Soybean farmers like John Boyd became collateral damage.
You know, when former President Trump pulled the rug from underneath American farmers, closing the door between China and the United States, they didn't have any other countries at the table to purchase or to make up the difference of that huge market. And I think that was a big mistake. Well, these will probably end up in China.
Last year, the two countries signed the first phase of a trade deal. But each country still places tariffs on the other's goods. And that worries farmers.
If we don't do more of a formalized agreement between China and the United States, I think the long-term effects could be devastating. You'll see more American farmers, losing their farms. And right now, America's farmers just sitting on the edge. We don't know what's going to happen.
Biden has made clear that his administration doesn't see China as a friend or an enemy, but as the most serious competitor to the US. Bonnie Glaser is an Asia policy analyst.
Some of the ways in which the Biden administration approaches foreign policy writ large, and then China policy in particular, will differ than the Trump administration. The emphasis on the role of values in foreign policy, the emphasis on strengthening cooperation with our allies, and I think also the stress on rejuvenating America and making ourselves more competitive.
US-China relations could be Biden's biggest foreign policy challenge. He has left the door open for cooperation, but competition is likely to define this relationship for many years to come.